The EdTech tool that I'm going to share with you today is Formative. And I am so glad that I found this just because it has made my formative assessment so much smoother and easier, not only for me, but for my students. Less paperwork. It's just been wonderful in multiple ways. But what you would do is go to goformative.com. And when you go there, it's going to look like this once you're there. And so what formative pretty much is formative assessment in lifetime, and you can kind of see examples of what over here on the right side. This is what, if you would go to live results, it's literally a choice. Live results, this is what you would see on your screen during one of these types of assessments. So you have lots of choices as an educator here. This is an example of a teacher who asked for what's the surface area of cheese, but gave them the chance to draw it. And we'll go through what that kind of looks like. And again, the students, you can see exactly what they're doing live time, and you can respond to them immediately. So if they're understanding, you can see that teacher just put great job in green, that was wrong in red, or you're kind of there, you're almost there in yellow. This is an example of a short answer. There's two other kinds you can do, and that would be a multiple choice or a true false. Those are just the different ones that you have the ability to do if you're just making one off the cuff. Let's say you're in the middle of class and the kids just kind of look glazed over, like they're not really paying attention, or they're maybe not getting it. So you stop the lesson and you say, get out your device. If you're lucky enough to be one-to-one, that'll be easier for you. For us who are not one-to-one, this is for obviously days when you have the devices in your room, and say, go to formative. I have a question for you. And students can do that. The best way to do this is through Classroom. So if you have a Google Classroom already set up, they will already have this information there. They'll just go to the website and type in their answer, and you'll be able to give them responses right back. And that way you can see exactly who's understanding and who maybe is not. The first page here is pretty long, but this is amazing as well. I have not used this personally yet. Plan to soon, actually, with my force equations that we're going to have to be doing soon. But you can upload your PDFs or your Word documents. And this is great because, again, you can give feedback right away. So, we all have that time where you're handing out an assignment and you want them to work on it in class. And so they're working at their table, but it's impossible for us to see what every student is doing at the same time. And so this is a great way for you to do that. So you can, like this teacher put in their surface area and volume worksheet, they even embedded a video into there. So if kids are struggling, like, gosh, I don't remember how to do this, they can view the video. Also, again, type your responses. So here's the key. The teacher puts the answer that's supposed to be there in. And then you can watch your students and you can see what they're doing. So if you're noticing Susie doing it wrong, you can respond to her immediately and say, this was wrong. If you have any questions, come and talk to me, or raise your hand. I'll be right there. It's just immediate feedback both ways. And so that's one of the reasons I love it. So we always do that. And sometimes we feel after the bell rings, especially for us older levels, that, gosh, I don't know if I got to every single kid, or that every single kid understood this. And somebody's going to leave my room trying to finish their classwork and they're doing it wrong. This is kind of a way to help from that happening. So how it works is that you create an assignment. Again, you can upload one you already have owned before, or you can create one. It takes about 30 seconds if you're just doing a quick check, not even really. You're going to assign students. Again, the easiest way to assign students is through Google Classroom, and you're going to receive live results and you're going to give automatic feedback. So it's really awesome because we look at it as, if you think about an exit slip or an entrance slip, but mostly exit slips, where we ask the students a question right before the bell rings. So we're going to be able to see after class who understands and who doesn't. But those kids are leaving us not knowing exactly maybe if they understand what they just learned correctly. And so this is great because we get results and they get immediate feedback. It's for any type of device. Again, some of the ones that I found I was super excited about, and then realized, this is just for iPads. I don't have iPads. Darn it. But you can use this on anything. And as you keep scrolling down. The very bottom is where you can sign up. So as a teacher, this is how you would do it. You click teacher, add your first name, last name, all the information, and it is free. Or you could sign up with Google, which is what I did. Again, students, same thing. Sign up with Google. They can do that, and then they'll put in your class code, which we'll get to in a moment. So again, super, super nice. And at the end is, different contact information if you would like to. So right now I'm going to bring you into what it would actually look like. Sorry if this is going a little fast for you. What it would look like to actually be a part of Formative. And I'm already in. So you would go to goformative.com, log in if you needed to. If you're like me, it's just going to pop up for you. So this is what mine looks like. This is kind of what it looked like at the beginning. I kind of added some, as you can tell. But if you go to your profile first, you'll be able to kind of edit some things. So you can put in your an image, just so it's a little more personal for you and your kids. Teacher details if you'd like to, basic information. So this was where you would do that. Push save, and you're good to go. Classes, again, setting up your classes is pretty simple. It probably took me around 6 minutes with my 7th graders. They're a pretty needy group. So yeah, 7 minutes, if you will. My 8th graders probably took about 3 minutes. Around 3 minutes to put this together. So I put all of these in, as you can tell. Super simple to create a class. You just push create, give it a title, and they'll put it in here as a code. So their class code will be here. You can click on it and say, how do you enroll students? And they give you options. Okay, if you want, like, if you want your kids to do it by themselves, or mass enroll students for multiple teachers. But I did this. So I just clicked on, copied the link address, put it into an announcement on Google Classroom, and then pasted in their class code. And I just told my students, go to Classroom. I have something for you to do there. And they all did it. And we went through it together, and it was super simple. So that's how that would look, just to create your classes. When you go back, again, you can go to your assignments, and I've used this already a couple times, depending on the class that you look at. But there are samples. But if you want to create a new assignment, all you'd have to do is click New Assignment. It's got those cute little sayings as you're waiting, and the kids enjoy those. So I'm just going to call this one World Series Prediction. Right? Let's just say I'm going to do that. You could add content here. You could add an image, maybe a YouTube video, whatever you wanted to do. Or I'm just going to go to add question, multiple choice. I'm going to have them show their work just because it's, kind of fun. So I'm going to ask the question, do you think the Cubs will win the World Series? Okay, that's it. Assign it. Give it to whatever classes you want to give it to. I'm going to ask all my classes. And it's done. There's no clicking, like, what do I have to click? Like, what do I have to do? It's done. They get it. All right. And so you can preview, if you'd like, what the kids will see. And so the kids will see something like this. And then they can put their answer. They can use colors. They can use images. They can do pretty much whatever they want. And maybe they'll put yes, and they'll have fun with it. I don't know. I'm putting yes. I just want you all to know that I am a Brewer fan, but we're not headed to the World Series by any means. So might as well cheer on an NL North team, huh? And so then you can assign if you'd want. So again, we've already assigned it. So I'm going to go to live results. So if I was a teacher, I would go to live results as the kids are doing it. And you're going to see something like this. So here's my answer. Yes. And all the students will come up here, and you'll be able to see all of their answers. Super easy, super fast. And the kids really, it's kind of fun for them sometimes to do stuff like that. So that's how you would create a question. It's that fast. So I don't even think it took us 30 seconds to do that. But here's some sample ones. So if you go on one, you're like, I want to see live results. So you're going to go to live results. You can share it with other teachers, by the way. It's pretty amazing. And let's just say this is an example of one. So a teacher puts on this image, okay, of a basketball court, and the kids would click through it. So they're looking at this image. blah, 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 blah. And they're going to question, what is the surface area of a basketball court in square feet? Show your work. So there's a little bit of help text, like you have to show your work. So this teacher gave them the ability to draw pictures. So this child decided to actually, again, you can tell they're a little bit more computer savvy. They decided to add a background image. So Aria added that picture. She found it. And then Arya Stark, interesting. And she decided to do all of the work here. Jesse, not so much. If you know Jesse Pinkman, you don't really expect that much anyway. But he didn't do it necessarily all that great. And then just kind of going through all the other ones. So this is an example of what it looked like. So they answered that question. Again, the teacher gives feedback. And then we can keep going. Here we go. Before the big game, this is a multiple choice. Max usually waxes the floors. And then you can see, here's how they did. Aria got it right again. All of that stuff. And then there's a third question. Would it be faster? And again, this is a short answer, so you're going to see how they did. So Piper did good. Aria did well. Jesse and Francis need a little bit of work, and you get to see exactly who gets it. So the average, they give you an average score, like 73% of your students are understanding this information. And so that's just an example of one of the ways that you can create an assignment for your students. I asked a question for my students, like, who's your favorite sports team? And so this was for something we're doing for our project-based learning that we're doing with forces in motion. But it is so easy and it is so wonderful. And I can't even stop raving about it. I've been telling all of my teacher friends at work and all my friends from other schools, like, have you heard of Formative? And ironically, not many people had. But this was one of the top 6 tech tools to look at in 2016. So if you have not checked out Formative, I would greatly encourage you to do so, and have fun. Just have fun. Your kids will love it. You will love it. And it'll be better for all of our teaching. So have a great night, and thanks for watching and listening.